What's up, guys? Thursday night, man. Iceman here on the Jeffrey Rose YouTube channel, the Iceman B2013 channel. And I'm going to tell you something, man. I've been busting butt, you know, making a living, and I miss out on a lot of things. That's the only thing, But you got to take the good with the bad. Usually, I'll see Celtic games at the XL Center preseason. Nonetheless, they played the Knicks. Um, I didn't get to go, but Celtics won anyhow. Because I've seen every pretty much, when it comes to like Kareem, Magic, Michael, Daryl Dawkins, Michael Jordan, like I said, Michael Jordan, um, Karl Malone. I mean, Larry Bird, McHale, Parrish. I've seen them all live and up close. So but anyway, I would like to see that game, but as far as the work schedule, it sort of takes precedent, obviously. Um, my buddy Jamie just recently went to a wrestling show. He saw John Cena, yes, throw Seth Rollins through a table with an attitude adjustment. Love it, yeah. Um, there's a Northeast wrestling show coming up. Jamie's going to that, and I hopefully I can find some time because I don't, the XL Center is like, like right around the corner for me when Raw goes there or any of the WWE shows go there. Um, I'm like a hop, skip, and a jump, but my schedule just makes it so tough, so you can't do it. But I like to meet up with Jamie someday, have the Iceman and the, you know, diehard WWE addict, get a picture, you know, whatever. But anyway, today in the world of professional wrestling, there's just a lot of stuff, you know, rambling on and whatnot. And, who knows really what is to be true and what isn't. And of course, it's unfortunate. The Rock did say he's not going to be at WrestleMania 31, but he is planning on being at a pay per view this year. That's the reports say. And I think it's going to be against Rusev, probably at the Survivor Series. Um, as far as Lesnar goes, there was rumors that him and Big Show, obviously, were going to have a match to sort of like, you know, recapture Royal Rumble of last year or this year, I should say, where Lesnar squashed him. But that's not going to happen. Uh, but anyway, um, I was watching some videos earlier, and one video was brought to my attention, and I'm going to tell you something. And I remember this. It was January 2000. Uh, it's funny because me and Peggy were having some differences that night, and I ordered the WWF pay per view, Royal Rumble, and it was snowing. And, I ordered all the pay per views. I mean, I ordered every WCW pay per view since Nitro started. And I used to have Matt come over, and he was like a wee little kid. And in the year 2000, actually, he was like 8 years old. And so, anyway, it was snowing that night. And I got frustrated because I called over and I said, I talked to my sister, when are you going to bring Matt and Cass, or when you guys coming over? Well, we're not coming over because it's snowing really good. And so we figured the roads are going to be bad. We're not coming over. And I went, oh, shit, man. And Peggy, my girlfriend, was like a big WCW fan. Now, this is still 2000. WCW was still alive, but it was sort of like where it wasn't, it sort of pretty much died out. And I said to her, I said, well, the kids can't come over because of the snowstorm. I said, you're going to come out and watch. the Rumble with me, and she didn't want to watch it. And so, what the fuck, man? So when I watch a pay-per-view or any kind of wrestling show when I'm by myself, it's sometimes it's really difficult because you get tired, you start falling asleep. I mean, if it's not all that good, and I'm not saying the Royal Rumble 2000 was great. Don't get me wrong, but when you're watching it by yourself and you've had a long day, and back then I was friggin' man, I was drinking a lot, so the the beer was making you tired. But I'll tell you one thing: when it came down to Triple H defending his title against Cactus Jack Mick Foley, there's no way you could doze off watching that match. That was, and I've said this before. As far as Royal Rumble matches go, this is the best Royal Rumble match that I have seen, in my opinion, and I think it was the greatest. Triple H retained, but I'm going to tell you, you saw attacks, you saw the barbed wire, you saw these guys on stretchers. Stephanie was even like looking, and she was almost in tears, figuring Triple H was going to lose that night. It was a great, great Royal Rumble title match. And I'll say it to this day, that was the best that I've ever seen. Now, a lot of people are talking about, the present day wrestling and whatnot, and wrestling has really cleaned up. I don't believe they can't go back to what they were doing back then, um, because they got sponsors back then when they were doing, the Attitude Era. Obviously the blood, the chair shots to the head, the pile drivers and whatnot. I mean, a lot of this was changed just for the fact to protect the wrestlers, but um, I think the WWE could go back and get a little bit more violent, and they're not going to lose the sponsors, or maybe they'll lose some and they'll gain some because they had them before, and why can't you have them now? I mean, realistically, um, I honestly don't believe wrestling will ever get back to the Attitude Era. I don't believe the wrestling will ever get back to the days of like the NWA. Um, Times have changed, but I think the WWE can really improve. Um, they can be a lot less. It's like, oh, don't hit me, don't hit me. I don't want to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of thing I'm saying. They can do a lot less of that and go and give them jaw shots or whatever, or head shots, and and you know the sponsors will be there. And I honestly believe, let's face it, we have a lot of violent cop shows on TV and whatnot. So why can't the WWE Entertainment have violence involved in that? Because if these cop shows, and there's all other shows besides cop shows that are all violent, that have great ratings, why can't the WWE go back to that? Now, I don't know whether it's within the WWE and they don't want to do it, whatnot, I don't know. And if that's their choice, then so be it. But if they did go back to that, I really see no reason why the ratings would not be there. So great night, Thursday night, guys. Got tomorrow off. I got a lot of things to do, and want to know something? Life is good. Life is really good. So peace out, everybody. Have yourself a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to try to do Bound for Glory predictions, but it's going to be tough because, being in Japan with a lot of Japanese wrestlers, I'm really not all that familiar with all of them, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not. So I'll have to wait and see and decide there. So you guys have a great night. We'll see you next time.